I decided that this month I don't really want to think about what books I have to read. I just want them to be picked for me, which means it's time for my TBR jar. I low-key don't know if I'm fully up to date on everything in my TBR jar. I added a few in, I hope they're right. I don't ever take anything out, so I might draw ones that I've already read, and I'll just pull them and pull a new one. We're gonna draw 8, I think, and let's see how it goes. So first off, we'll give it a really good shake. And the first draw is, oh, I scrunched them up so small. Why would I do that? It's All of Our Demise. Oh wait, I already read this one. Yes, I've already read this one because the first book is All of Us Villains. So I'm gonna pull that one off. I already read that one. That took me a second to remember what it was. I hope there's not too many that I don't think there should be. Oh, One for My Enemy. That was on my previous TBR, so I'm also not gonna do that one. This is already off to a rough start. Next up is hopefully one that I've not read. The Last City. Okay, I have not read that one. I'm gonna pull them and then I'm gonna go pull the books. Actually, that's a lie. I'm gonna go grab that one really fast. I swore I just saw it. Oh, here it is. Okay, so The Last City is the second book, and I believe it's a trilogy. The first book is The Last She, and where we follow Ara, who is the last woman on the planet. And there's an apocalypse. There's a virus that went through and affected. It killed a bunch of people. I mean, it kind of, I don't remember if it exactly targeted the women or if they just kind of were like, I don't know. This is a continuation of her story of her heading to the last city in hopes to find her dad and her sister. It's a Wattpad book, so it reads like a Wattpad book. Not that that's bad or good or anything. It is what it is. I'm excited to read this one. This has been on a previous TBR before that I've clearly not gotten to. And I've actually started this book. I'm very far into it. I'm 35 pages into it, so this will be the time. I'll finish it. That was book 1, on to book 2. Book 2 is, oh, okay, it's She Who Rides the Storm. Let me grab that one. That's a big one. Okay, so She Who Rides the Storm is kind of a bigger book. I got it because I liked the cover and it sounded somewhat interesting. So I'm just gonna read the blurb. Long ago, shape-shifting monsters ruled the Commonwealth using blasphemous magic that fed on the souls of their subjects. Now, hundreds of years later, a new tome has been uncovered, and despite the legends that disturbing a shapeshifter's final resting place will make them once again, the warlord is determined to dig it up. But it isn't just the warlord who means to brave the traps and pitfalls guarding the crypt. A healer obsessed with tracking down the man who murdered her twin brother, a runaway member of the warlord's devoted order, haunted by his sister's ghost, a snotty archaeologist bent on finding the cure to his magical wasting disease, a girl desperate to escape the cloistered life she didn't choose. All 4 are out to steal the same cursed sword, rumored to be at the very bottom of the tomb. But of course, some treasures should never see the light of day, and some secrets are better left buried. I would like to also premise this by saying, I think that it's bad juju to mess with graves. I don't think you should. I feel like that should be common sense and a common opinion, but obviously it's not because lots of people mess with people's graves. So anyway, I'm excited. This is a heist, obviously shape-shifting magic. I think the cover's really sick. I don't know, I've not heard anything about this. It was a random pick. So, we'll get to it. Book number 3. I was gonna dump it out, but that was a bad idea. Is potentially... Oh, okay, this is a newer one I just got. Book 3 is 4 Ruined Realms. Another second book in the series. So 4 Ruined Realms is the second book to 5, what is it, 5 Ruined Kingdoms or something? Is it saying here with it? I don't remember what the first book is called. I'll put it on screen. This is the second book in the series, so once again, in the first book, it is 6 people team up to try to steal, is it a ring or a crown? A ring of invincibility from the king, who is a corrupted king. And so they kind of pair up on a heist to infiltrate the society, and they're all from different parts of the kingdom and different backgrounds and stuff. They have to try to steal it in a heist and to kill the king. This is a continuation of that book. The first one was like alright. The thing about it's a Red Tower book, and as we've kind of seen with Red Tower books, is that character depth and like the story development usually kind of sometimes isn't really there. Like it's just not as good as you would hope them to be, and that's how that book was. Like if you just want a nice story level, like surface level story, it was great. You know, it was kind of fast paced. There was not a lot of depth to the characters, not a lot of development. I hope in this one that we get a little bit more character depth and development, just because the previous one we didn't. But we'll see how it goes. If I don't like this one, I don't know if I'll pick up the next one, but I want to give it a try, so glad we pulled this one. The fourth pull is going to be, oops, ripped it. Oh, okay, it's Circus Train. I don't actually know what this one's about. My mom got it for me, so let me go grab it. I know exactly where it is on my shelf. Oops, just knocked a bunch over. So I will read the blurb for this one since I don't really know what it's about. Like I said, my mom gifted it to me. So here is the blurb. Lena Papadopoulos has never quite found her place within the circus, even as the daughter of an extraordinary headlining illusionist, Theo. Brilliant and curious, Lena learns for the real world magic of science and medicine. Oh, yearns for the real world magic of science and medicine. Despite her father's overprotection and limits her world places on her because she is disabled. Her unconventional life takes an exciting turn when she rescues Alexandre, an orphan with his own secrets and mysterious past. As their friendships flourish over several years and Alexander trains as an illusionist apprentice, World War II escalates around them. When Theo and Alexander find themselves contracted to work and perform in a model town for Jews that was set up by the Nazi, Lena is separated from everything she knows. Forced to make her own way, Lena must confront her doubts and dare to believe in the possible herself. Full of power, believing in magic of all kinds, Circus Train takes readers on a heart-wrenching and spectacular 2-decade journey across Europe. Along the way, it asks vital questions. When all is lost, how do you find the courage to keep moving forward? My mom really likes historical fiction, and I believe she's read this and really liked it, which is why she got it for me. I don't generally read a lot of historical fiction, but this one just sounds so good. And the last book that she recommended me, that was like around the same era, I believe it was World War II. It was The Nightingale, which was so good. So good. So I'm excited to read this one, especially since she recommended it to me. I like reading books that my mom recommends me. Because they're usually a little bit different, because I usually focus fantasy, and she does a lot, like I said before, historical fiction. So I'm really excited about this one. Book 5 will be, if I can grab it. Oh, it's The Bridge Kingdom, which is on my previous TBR, so I'm not gonna read that one. Okay, the real book 5 potentially is, oh, it's A Tempest on Tea, which again is on the previous TBR, so we're not gonna do that one. The next one is Mistakes Were Made. Oh, okay, I know what this one is. Right, I forgot I had this one. This one is Mistakes Were Made. This one, I think, is a spicy book. Cassie Klein goes off campus, borrowed to escape her school's family weekend. She's looking for a hookup, ends up hooking up with a one-night stand, but it turns out it's her best friend's mom. So she ends up hooking up with her best friend's mom. And so then I guess we kind of see how that goes. I did start it, but I don't know, I'm not a big romance girl, so I didn't really fully finish it. So I guess I will finish it this month. Book 6. I can open it. Oh! Book 6 is Cold the Night, Fast the Wolves. It's so nice because I know where all these books are. Cold the Night, Fast the Wolf. I want to say, yep, that's what I thought it was. In this book, we follow Senna, who lives in the cold tundra, and she hates sled racing because they killed her mothers. And so Senna is an orphan, and she basically does anything she can to make money and survive until she double crosses a gangster, which is never a good idea, so don't know why we did that. She ends up having to go on the run with her wolf, prize fighting wolf, and she teams up with a group of scientists, I guess, to help them accomplish their goal. I'm not really sure what it is, but she has to race against the tundra, you know, against the ice and stuff. So we have to see if her and her wolf can survive against the gangsters and accomplish their mission. I'm kind of excited for this one. I've never read a book like this before, This is definitely like a new premise for me, a new thing. So I'm excited. It says, cold is the night that falls, yet fast are the wolves that race the storm. So I don't know, I'm excited. Like I said, never read a book with this premise, so that's really interesting. 2 left. Book 7 is going to be, oh Slay, it's The Shadow of What Was Lost. I was like, where is this? What is it? The Shadow of What Was Lost. This has been on a previous TBR. The thing about the thing for me is I like to read my books at work on my break, but when they're this big, they're hard to bring to work and read, so I end up never reading them. But I'm gonna read them this month. I might do a 24-hour readathon and throw this on the list. I'll read the blurb. As destiny calls, the journey begins. It has been 20 years since the godlike augurs were overthrown and killed. Those who once served them, the gifted, were spared only after accepting the rebellion's 4 tenets, which vastly limited their powers. Davion suffers the consequences of a war lost before he was even born. When he discovers that he wields the forbidden power of the augurs, he sets into motion chain events that will change everything. To the west, a young man whose fate is intertwined with Davion's wakes up in a forest covered in blood with no memory of who he is. And in the far north, an ancient enemy begins to stir. I've heard this is really good. I'm really excited. I think I have the 1st and 3rd book, so I think I'll have to go and get the 2nd book, but that'll be done when I read this one, which will be this month, because it's on the TBR. And the final book on this month's TBR is I don't really want this one. It's A Necessary Evil. Let me go grab it. It's not even on a bookshelf. This is A Necessary Evil. I don't think I'm going to read it, so I'm not going to. It's actually in a pile on my floor of books to give away. This one fell out from somewhere, so we're gonna do this one. Oh, The Slumber. Yeah, so A Necessary Evil is on a pile, I kind of said earlier, of books I'm giving away, so I just have no interest in reading it, so I'm not going to, but this is The Slumber. This was just on my chair. I think I've talked about Slumber before on this channel. My mom gifted this book to me for my birthday a little bit ago, and basically this book, once again, has a really unique premise that I've never read anything like this before. I recently picked up running long distance. I'm training currently for a half marathon and trying to PB a 10K in sub 1 hour. So with that being said, she got me this book because this book is about running. And basically in this book, Benjamin watches the elites, is what they're called, who are genetically enhanced, kind of do like sports and live their lives and live in the better part of society, I guess you could call it. And he watches them do their athletes and watches them train and do all their athleticism and stuff on TV and participates in their sports. And while watching these, all it did was inspire Ben to better his running, and so he's been training on the pothole roads and in the back town, on the outskirts of town, to train to participate in these races and to better himself and better the community that he's in. And he starts joining the races and running, and while doing this, he also ends up leading a revolution, which he's not expected to do. So I'm really excited about this. Like I said, I picked up running. This is about running. And I don't know, it's definitely unique because I've never read a book that focuses on running as the main point. So I don't know, maybe other people have, but this for me is definitely a totally new experience, and I'm really interested to see how it goes. The TBR's Jara's pick for the month's TBR. So we'll see how it goes, see if I get to any of them or not. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Okay, bye!